Hi everyone, this is Judy Parcell, and I'm going to do a little experiment with you. You've probably seen this done before, but it always helps to have a review. The blank white piece of paper you're looking at has been strapped down with painter's tape. So, because I'm going to apply a lot of water on this, I'm going to be working with watercolors today and saran wrap. So here we are. And I'm going to take a big brush, wet it, and I'm going to cover the surface, just slop this water on all over the place, generously. Make sure I get it up in the corners. Oh, there's a little piece of dirt there or something. Okay, so that's all done. And then I'm going to take my handy Crayola color tray, and I'm going to use the three primary colors, which will be red, yellow, and I think there's a blue here. Yeah, blue. Red, yellow, and blue. And I'm just going to sort of slop this all over the place, the color. With another brush. And I'm going to kind of go like this, and nothing to think about here. I'm not going to make it a solid red. Now this brush should be quite wet as well, because this paper will dry pretty quickly. I'm going to cover it pretty fast. I think it takes 25 seconds for the paper to absorb the water. So that's why this has to be done rather quickly. Now I'm going to move on to the next color, which will be blue. That's a much more intense color. And I'm going to try to put this up to the edge, but not over and mix. I don't want to mix anything here. I'm going to put the color on kind of thick, not too thin. Now we'll do a little yellow. Hope I got enough here. Clean my brush so it doesn't mix in the little tray. Now you'll see should I'll move this down a little bit so you can see I'm covering all of the paper and then sort of blending it in. Get as much pigment on there as you can too, because it tends to fade, especially the Crayola. I think I'll come in with a little bit more red, intensify that a little bit more. Yeah. Gotta move pretty fast. I do know that. And then I'll come in with some more blue. Not quite as thick as I want it to be. This blue is almost an aqua. Yeah. Going back over that a little bit. Oh, I meant. A little bit more red right in this area. I want it kind of intense because when I put the saran wrap in, it's going to suck it up into channels, and you'll see that when I get moving here. Okay, that's it. This, like anything, is a high-risk project. Put the saran wrap over the top of it, and you move it around with your fingers. And you see how it creates air bubbles? Well, those air bubbles tend to attract, and you want to move this with your fingers and create all kinds of little air pockets in the saran, because that's where your color is going to end up concentrating. Okay, and that's why it's important that the pigment be pretty strong here. Actually, I was thinking about you. So, yeah, I'm just doing a thing. There we go. Okay, now I'll come back and we'll see the end result. Boy, that's pretty just in itself, huh? Well, I'm back, and this watercolor mishmash that I put up is dry underneath the saran wrap, and you can already see the channels and all the different designs going on. So I'm going to lift this up and show you how beautiful that is. See that? That turned out quite nice. Now I'm going to come back and show you how I finish this off. See you in a bit. I'm back, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish out this project by using colored pencils of the same pigment or color. And all I'm going to do is fill in between the channel lines. I'm going to emphasize it and bring it up. So I'm going to get started with you, and you'll notice how the channels start popping out. Get that over there where you can see it. Now where it starts to turn yellow, all
I'll just pick up the yellow colored pencil and continue on, even though there's not a channel separating the colors. And you can see how that's actually bringing it out. I am going to not drag you through 5 hours of coloring, but I'll get back to you with the final results. Well, here's the final results, and an interesting little phenomena took place while I was working on this with the colored pencils, is that I ended up, instead of just using yellow and blue and red, like these three, I started with these three, and all of a sudden these other colors started to show up that wouldn't have stood out naturally, and I ended up using all of these as well in it. And this is the final result, and I'm very, very happy with it because it's kind of ethereal. And I also want to tell you that while I was working on this, I had a very disturbing phone call, and I got very upset and frustrated, and I just said, just sit down and color. And I couldn't get over how I calmed down and how much this really helps. So art is very therapeutic, and I invite you to try this technique, and thank you for joining me in my studio. Hi, I came back. I wanted to add a little PS on this video, and this is the original copy that I did, and then I took and I went through my acetates. I keep a file of acetates, and acetate looks like this, and all this is Sharpie marker, and I made leaves, and it's clear. So when I take something like this, I rest it on here, and I have a whole new design. The other thing I can do is I can cut out, after I've printed this, I can cut out all these individual leaves and use them in another type of artwork down the road, whatever that might be. I can also cut them out and elaborate on them and make them more detailed if I want. There's all kinds of options here. So I just wanted to show you how you can keep expanding on one piece of art. Again, thanks for coming to my studio. I think this is it. I don't think I have anything to add. I might. Okay, talk to you later. Then I cut out the leaves, and I got this, and there's any number of possibilities that you can do with the leaves. I, being a card maker, would probably use some of these in a card. Anyway, there's another idea. Well, this is my end result. With it, I did come up with the final product. I guess I'm kind of goal-oriented, but I did cut out those leaves, and I made this beautiful card with this. I painted a little gold on the leaves, and I elevated the leaves off the surface of the card using this stuff. It's 3M, it's foam double stick, it's great stuff. And here I have it. So thank you again. Check with you later.